Orientation to chemical engineering. Let us explore the world of chemical engineers. What is chemical engineering? Chemical engineering is a branch of engineering that uses the principle of mathematics, chemistry, physics, and economics to efficiently use, produce, transform, and transport chemical materials and energy. Chemical engineers should also possess the following specific qualities: analytical skills, creativity, ambiguity, interpersonal skills, math skills, and problem-solving skills. 6 pillars of character: respect, caring, civic virtue, responsibility, trustworthiness, and justice and fairness. The Code of Ethics for Chemical Engineers. Safety and health. Formally advise their employers. Accept responsibility. Objective and truthful manner. Act in professional matters. Treat fairly all colleagues. Perform professional services. Professional development. Build their professional reputations. Never tolerate harassment. And conduct themselves in a fair, honorable, and respectful manner. What does chemical engineer do? A chemical engineer designs large-scale processes that convert chemicals, raw materials, living cells, microorganisms, and energy into useful forms of products. Chemical engineers are called universal engineers because of a broad discipline, and they're essentially concerned with transforming one thing into another. In addition to traditional careers in the chemical, energy, and oil industries, chemical engineering enjoy increasing opportunities in pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, electronic devices fabrication, and environmental engineering. Discoveries and inventions. Physical and chemical process. Metals such as copper, aluminum, and tin. Polymers such as plastic, rubber, nylon, and other materials like glass, paper, and ceramic. Skills of chemical engineer can be also used in food processes and water treatment. Renewable and non-renewable energy and fuels. Electronics. Medical drugs. And household chemicals and cosmetics. Here's some short clip of our interview to one of the most influential chemical engineers in our university.
CH100 class, and for today, we're going to interview one of the most influential professor here in Papua University.
The one who will interview is Engineer Kenneth Petiza, a graduate from Papua University batch 2015.
So, good day, sir. How are you today, sir?
I'm good.
So, our first question is, why did you choose CHE, or Chemical Engineering, and what are the factors you consider for choosing this program?
To be honest, I did not choose chemical engineering as a program when I was in high school, before I entered college. So actually, my parents chose it for me. But I did not regret it.
Is it fun, sir? Is it fun?
Let's just say it's challenging.
Okay, for the second question, from your college life experience as a chemical engineering student, have you ever thought of shifting to another program? If ever, why?
Yes, actually, when I was in third year, I planned on shifting to material science engineering.
So next, what is the most challenging subject or experience you have encountered when you were a student? All. Kidding.
If I can answer all, maybe. No, not really.
Challenging.
All major subjects are really challenging. But the most challenging for me is thermochemistry. Thermodynamics. Yeah.
Okay, next. What's your target company when you were a student?
When I was a student, actually, I don't really know what I wanted to do after graduation. But through the influence of my classmates, they always talk about San Miguel Brewery. So that's one of the target companies of each student on my batch.
Next, what is your specialization?
Material science.
After you finish your degree, did you look for a job right after or took your board exam first?
No, I took the board exam first because my parents won't allow me to hunt for a job.
Sir, is it easier if we're going to I take the exam first before?
The thing is, I think from my first job and my experience from my first job, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, your license. But I think it's an advantage. Somehow, it is an advantage, of course, for promotion, for the salary. And also, the problem with having a job after graduation is that you no longer think of taking the board exam, which is a missed opportunity.
Next, what is your first job and is it related to your degree?
My first job was a production engineer / a production supervisor. Yes, it is related to my course or my degree, but it doesn't really require much of what I know. More of managing skills yung kailangan.
How do you balance work and your life outside of the workplace?
Before, I wasn't able to do so because our schedule is really tight. We have to work 12 hours a day, 1 week day shift, 1 week night shifting. But now, it's easier since in academe, it's easier to manage your time. I mean, you can do other stuff after the class, and you have lesser, for me, you have a lesser activities and jobs to do.
Next, what do you think are the biggest adjustments that a person has to make when entering their job as a chemical engineer?
Okay, if you're going to apply for an engineering type of job like production engineer or supervisor, most probably you have to accept first that you no longer hold the time. I mean, for yourself, for your family, because even the holidays are not for you and not for your family. But since teaching is also a chemical engineering profession, din naman, based on our ethics, I think you have to, in teaching, you have to re-study somehow everything that you've learned when you were in college, because that's very important in teaching, of course.
10 years from now, do you think you already achieved your goals as one of the chemical engineers?
Well, to be honest, I don't have that specific goal as a chemical engineer, more of as a person. 10 years from now, I'm 35 by then, so I hope so. Yes, I guess. I think.
So that's all, sir. Have a good day. Thank you.